Marijuana is safer than alcohol. It's not as bad for you as alcohol.
One of the things that was told to us is that when people have the choice between marijuana and alcohol, they're going to start going to marijuana because it's a natural substance, it's not as addictive as alcohol, and that use of alcohol will go down. Well, we have not found that to be the case in Colorado. We have some statistics in our report that show since legalization, Colorado's consumption of alcohol has actually increased each year. And there was a report that came out nationally a few months ago that said that Colorado was the #1 consumer for all drug substances in the nation. Colorado.
I think it truly is a gateway drug. And there's lots of research supporting that. I don't know why the industry wants to fight that. And then they'll say, well, tobacco is a gateway drug. And I say, absolutely, tobacco is a gateway drug. Alcohol is a gateway drug. It depends on whatever drug they use first. And the kids are tending to use marijuana first, more than tobacco, because we have done a really good job with education decreasing tobacco use.
One drug leads to another drug that leads to another drug, and before you know it, you're trying crap that you should not be trying.
I think it really boils down to a psychological predisposition to abuse. And if you will abuse one, there's a strong chance you'll abuse another or anything that's, easier to get a hold of.
Is you're starting with kids that are 14 years old and they're smoking the strongest marijuana that you can have. It's pure THC. There's nothing stronger. So what I see is kids start using Coricidin, they start using over-the-counter medication to enhance the highs. So marijuana in itself is already hallucinogen. If you take Coricidin with it, it makes it almost like LSD. Well, for the first time in my last year as a police officer, all of a sudden LSD is huge in schools again. And from coming from zero, never hearing kids talk about LSD, to all of a sudden I arrested a kid was selling LSD and everybody's talking about doing LSD. So all of a sudden you have this drug that was not there at all to being everywhere.
Most of the people I've treated who have had a problem with heroin or opiate addiction admit that they realize that marijuana leads them back to it. I've even had patients say they're really sad that they have to live in Colorado. I mean, they love Colorado. They don't want to leave Colorado. But there's dispensaries on every corner, and so their risk of relapse is very high, because if they smoke marijuana, they're going to be right back to using opiate.